mentioned Kaveri, you mentioned Krishna, you mentioned Nanda. There is our dear Yamuna here in north. And I just want to know what is, I mean, you must have learned about it, read newspapers, that a guru organized a festival on its floodplains, damaged it, and his organization was completely very aggressive towards the NGT order. I mean, how do you think that spiritual leaders taking on river floodplains like this?
Why don't you just name him? It's Sri Ravi Shankar.
Yeah. I don't wish to comment on any individual actions, but what I say is, this is why I'm saying there must be a mandatory enforceable law. Doesn't matter who it is. Okay? Right now the laws are very ambiguous. It looks like an advisory from the NGT, not an enforceable law. An enforceable law should be there. While you're talking about these floodplains, there is much more. Probably with good intentions, many environmental people who think they're ecologically, active, they've done this to the country. In Maharashtra particularly, and also in Tamil Nadu, they tell me in Andhra Pradesh also something has been done. You must see this as journalists, you must expose this as much as possible, whoever has done this, I don't know who were the actual people involved. They have dug the riverbed 4 feet deep and miles. See, riverbed is a very complex thing. It takes millions of years to form a riverbed. There is movement of water both ways from the aquifers to the river and river to the aquifers. It houses a host of life. They have dug canals in the river because they wanted to please the local farmers, that water will go to their wells from the river. And this is murder of the river. Such things are being done. This is why I am saying, no individual should be able to touch the water bodies. It must be approached scientifically, and the policy must clearly define what you can do and what you cannot do with water bodies. You can't mess around with it anymore.
The case I referred to, there was NGT imposed a penalty, financial penalty. I'm just asking, if it was a case, I'm pretty sure you will not do something like that, but if there was a penalty imposed by NGT, would you or your organization would have contested that penalty by the NGT? Or taken in good faith the decision that it was something wrong done to the floodplain of the river?
Why are you asking me this question?
Would you be contesting on a river floodplain damage you are penalized?
You must understand it's a democratic country and there's a process of law. Only if there is too much ambiguity of law, these kind of things come up. If the law was clear-cut, there wouldn't be anything like that. Even if you are accused of the most heinous crime in the country, you can still contest, you can try to defend yourself. Within the legal system, everybody is allowed that, that's fine. But I don't see how this question comes. If somebody accuses me of something, should I defend myself or not? I think I will. Won't you?
No, after having given charge that now you'll be penalized, after hearing both sides.
That is different. That is not something I wish to comment. I am saying the laws about environmental issues should not be ambiguous. They must be clear-cut and enforceable.